Yeah, I gotta learn to hit that record button when I first start. I'd save myself a lot of pain. So here we are, Monday morning. And no, I didn't sleep in my clothes. I've had to do 2 videos in a row because I'm gonna get it together. I will, guys. At some point, I will get this together where I won't have to put off videos. So I say that as we're heading into one of our busiest times, but anyway, it's okay. Um, so today's the September the 17th. 17th. Yesterday was the 16th. So there you go. I know my days. And we've started on Ezra today. So we're finished with Daniel. Daniel was 12 very short chapters, 6 of his history and 6 of the visions that were given to him. And as we move on to Ezra, we have to remember Jeremiah. And in Jeremiah gave a lot of encouragement to the captives. He told them it's going to be 70 years. That at the end of 70 years, that they would be returned, and he told them to do well, make a life for themselves in the time that they were in captivity, and there was a reason for it. King Cyrus is now king. That's why he's called King Cyrus. He's the king. He's the Persian king. So there was a Medes king before him, and there was Nebuchadnezzar, or Nebuchadnezzar's son, and then Nebuchadnezzar. So we've gone through about 4 kings now, and here's Cyrus. No, we've gone through more than that, haven't we? Darius, and yeah, there's been a few. Anyway, he's the Persian king that's come into power now, and it's been 70 years. And the very first verse, we read how the Holy Spirit stirred his heart towards favor, and then he announces that God has commanded him to see a temple built in Jerusalem, and he releases the Jews. He says, any of you who want to go back and do this, then I release you, go. And it's amazing because during Jeremiah's day, it was like, yeah, right, Jeremiah, how are we ever going to get out of this? Because Nebuchadnezzar he had a firm grip on everything, and he was vicious, and there looked like no getting away from him whatsoever. And that's what's unfortunate. We judge prophecy according to the age that we live, without understanding that we have the God where nothing is impossible. With our God, nothing is impossible, and he changes governments, he changes situations, he sees laws changed to accommodate his purposes, and it's as simple as that. He's in charge. He's sovereign, and nothing's going to frustrate his will. But we're in control of whether we are going to participate in that or not. So, and that's what has happened here. The king didn't force anybody to go. He said those who are willing to go, those whose hearts are stirred to do this. And then he says this. He tells the people, their neighbors, to support them, to give them gold, give them silver, give them the building materials, whatever they need. And people responded. And these people must have made a good life for themselves. They must have proven to be good citizens, that the people around them would respond in this way. If your neighbor is your friend and they're going off to do some project, you probably give them something to support them. But if your neighbor is just a downright rotten person, and you probably wouldn't support them at all. And they had a huge outpouring of support. It tells me that they were good citizens. They were good. They were good neighbors. They were friends, and it would have been hard, even though Israel is their home. They had made a home here. It would still be hard to separate themselves from friends and family. But and it was the heads of the family. It was the heads of the family we see going back. It was the leaders, these people who saw it as their responsibility. They had responsibility here, and they stepped into the responsibility. Maybe in other places it would have been like the nobles, the lords and the ladies and all this sort of stuff. Jerusalem didn't have that kind of thing, but they did have a leadership structure. And so it's the heads of the families that gathered their people together and say, we need to go back. And not a lot of them. Compared to how many went into exile, like only 42,000, 40-some thousand are going back. So, yeah, don't, if you receive prophecy, don't doubt it. If you received a direction from the Lord of where He's taking you, don't doubt it. If you've received prophecy from your family, don't doubt it. It's like Abraham. He didn't get to see anything, but he believed. And don't make God small. Don't make Him small. Let Him be as big as He is. So, yeah, you have a blessed day. Be encouraged. And for those of you taking the study through Bethel, praying for you. And you're on an exciting, exciting road right now. So, God bless.